With the April 28th deadline for Tony nominations fast approaching, there are shows opening almost every night on Broadway these days. First there's Gigi with Vanessa Hudgens making her Broadway debut. The second one is An American in Paris. Let's start with An American in Paris. This features the Broadway directing debut of Christopher Wheeldon. This is his Broadway debut working in a Broadway medium, and he's got two fantastic dancers as his stars. The first is Robert Fairchild in the Gene Kelly role of an American serviceman who wants to be an artist and decides to stay in Paris, and Leanne Cope in the Leslie Caron role of the young girl he falls in love with who has been transformed into a ballet dancer, giving them more of a reason to have the building relationship that they create. Christopher Wheeldon keeps his dancers moving in ballet style in a show that is full of energy. It has gorgeous, gorgeous sets by Bob Crawley, who emulates the kind of impressionistic quality that the film tried to have, so that we don't have realistic sets, we have an imagined Paris. To that has been added a new book by Craig Lucas, who has taken a more realistic approach to what's actually going on in Paris in this post-war musical. He has a Paris that is still reeling from the Nazi occupation. He's given his young star a backstory that includes her family having been protected by a French family from the Nazis. It's a darker show than the movie is, and it's more balletic than Broadway. I found it fantastic to look at, and these two dancers just extraordinary. But most of all, I was taken with the Bob Crawley Sets. He is probably the genius designer of our time. Now we move over to Gigi, which is the Lerner and Loewe musical based on the novel by Colette about a young girl in Paris who's been groomed to be a courtesan. She was played by Leslie Caron as well, and here provides Vanessa Hudgens with a totally credible, very engaging vehicle for her. She sings quite well, although I find her voice a little bit harsh. She dances, she holds the stage in this production that's directed by Eric Schaeffer and choreographed by Joshua Bergas. It's a much more conventional kind of revival than An American in Paris, but I mean that in a complimentary way. It's a show that will give great satisfaction to Hudgens fans and also Broadway musical fans. It's great to have these two Broadway musicals come in the last weeks of the Tony season. They're both very much worth your attention. I say go on Jeremy Gerard for Deadline.